Nigeria is just like the Fuji house of commotion. Nigeria is a nation of confusion and commotion, and that is the reason why nothing seems to be working.
That is to be able to provide what I'm saying now. I'm all for it. If it is about state capture, so we can start continuing the same consumption, no. But if it's to move it to production, yes.
The political permutation for 2027. Election was just last year, but there is tension already because the government is failing, because democracy in Nigeria is now no longer democracy, because the government is no longer adhering to rule of law. Why do I say so? There are court orders for the government to do the needful regarding some people that have been detained, example, Nnamdi Kanu, but they are not doing so. So many court orders to restrict them from doing so many things, but they are not respecting those court orders. Look at the Kanu toss, look at Sokoto. Many things are going on. Look at even the kind of jaga judgment that came out of the Supreme Court last year. So for all of these reasons, among economic hardship, there is a lot of permutation. The North, people are saying yes. The northern cabals are already regrouping. That was what Shehu Sani said. You know, trying to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu from office in 2027. But I have a good news for you. His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, has added his voice to this particular lesson. He is not interested in 2027 policies of hijacking the government.
Politicians are preoccupied by election. That's not what I'm talking about. How do we reduce the price of food? Our people are dying of hunger. How do we make life conducive for the poor Nigerians? How do we make sure that people earn more money in order to live? How do we pull people out of poverty? That should be our concern, not forming mega party or this thing. If forming mega party is to be able to provide what I'm saying now, I'm all for it. If it is about state capture, so we can start continuing the same consumption, no. But if it's to move it to production, yes.
So this is actually about state capture, which we actually saw it happening last year. The Nigerian state was captured after the president, then a candidate, said, snatch it, grab it, run with it. And they were able to snatch it. They grabbed it, but they couldn't run with the mandate because the mandate is not meant for them. Why do I say so? We have seen so many statements being made by some of the officials of the government saying that Peter Obi's advice is being taken, but it's not working. The mandate is not for you. The person who owns the mandate has been pushed aside. Now, listen, somebody who draws something or an architect for a particular building who, for somebody who is an architect and he designed a particular structure and hand it over to the owner. Now, it is a responsibility of the owner to consult the architect while the project is ongoing to the end of the whole work, plus the engineers. But he chose to hire a different person, call a different architect, give him the work that has been designed by a different architect. How do you even expect the person to perform? How do you even expect the person to bring to bear what the other person has done? It's not possible. These are two different entities, different human beings. No, you don't even have the knowledge of how this goes. You may be an architect by profession, but how do you even implement that in the first place, right? So this is what is happening. It looks like an architect who designed a particular building and it was handed over to a bricklayer. And that is the reason why Nigeria is running chaos, confusion everywhere. 2023 budget has not expired, supplementary budget was included, 2024 budget has been added, another supplementary budget has been added. What is the performance of all those budgets before passing the new one? No answer. Confusion, commotion everywhere. Nigeria has become like the Fuji house of commotion. Nigeria is just like the Fuji house of commotion. Nigeria is a nation of confusion and commotion, and that is the reason why nothing seems to be working. Peter Obi is saying that he's not part of any kind of mega political party merger, formation, of which is going to be about consumption or production. That is the reason why I've said oftentimes that Peter Obi needs to actually build his own political party. And the idea is not just for him to become the president. The idea, just as he always said, is to see Nigeria work. So let's see how we can build leaders and see how we can build politicians who can go with this mind to serve people, and then we have them at the State House of Assembly to the House of Rep members, senators, as well as taking the seat of the power, which is the #1 seat. What do you make of this? Let's have this conversation together in the comment section. Thank you for watching.